Yan stood at the precipice of the towering building, his gaze fixed on the cityscape below. The weight of his failing marriage pressed heavily upon him, each breath a reminder of the mounting tension between him and his wife, Lin Shueji. Lin Shueji, her voice quivering with a mix of fear and determination, confronted him.
Yan, if you dare divorce me, I'll jump from here.
Yan's response was cold and calculated.
Then we won't need to sign the divorce papers. I suggest you jump from a different building. Get down from here. At most, you'll break an arm or leg. If you want to be bedridden for life, then go ahead and jump.
Unmoved by her plea, Yan turned and walked away, the finality in his steps echoing his indifference. Lin Shueji, seething with a blend of anger and sorrow, spat out a single word.
You.
His assistant, sensing the gravity of the situation, interjected with concern.
What if Miss He actually jumps?
Yan dismissed the thought with a shrug.
If she really wanted to, she'd choose elsewhere.
Lin Shueji, refusing to be silenced, persisted.
Yan, let it go. I won't sign the divorce papers. I'll always be Mrs. Hay.
Their tumultuous exchange reached its climax when, in a split second of chaos, a car veered out of control and crashed into Yan. The impact was sudden and violent, leaving him dazed and injured. Lin Shueji screamed in anguish, her voice breaking through the cacophony of sirens and panicked onlookers.
Hey, Yan, please be okay?
Groggily, Yan struggled to comprehend his surroundings. Am I dying? As he lay on the ground, battered and broken, an inner voice whispered bitterly in his mind. Heh, serves you right for ignoring me. For always snapping at me. Remember that. Better offend a gentleman than a woman. Don't worry, you're the lead. You won't die. Confusion clouded his thoughts until reality began to intrude. Lin Shueji's desperate cries pierced through his dazed state, urging him to awaken.
Yan, open your eyes. Yan, wake up.
Madam, gently, madam.
Hours later, Yan found himself in a stark, sterile hospital room. The beeping of machines and the sterile smell filled his senses as Lin Shueji stood by his bedside, her eyes red from tears. Lin Shueji shouted, trying to rouse him from unconsciousness.
Yan!
As he slowly regained consciousness, pain surged through his body.
What's wrong with my foot? What's wrong with my leg? Why can't I move it?
The doctors informed him that the crash had severely injured his spinal nerves, rendering his legs immobile. Frustration and anger bubbled within him.
What did you say?
Yan's frustration deepened when he realized he could hear Lin Shueji's unspoken thoughts. Did this dumb dog hit his head too? She cursed internally, her voice filled with frustration. The assistant, sensing his agitation, pleaded,
Mr. He, calm down.
Didn't you hear her just now?
But Yan couldn't contain his irritation.
Did you speak? Stop staring, stop staring.
His assistant, alarmed by his erratic behavior, called out,
Call the hospital, Mr. He. Doctor.
Contact the hospital. I think I'm hearing things.
Despite the chaos, the medical report was clear. Yan had no hearing issues, but his spinal nerve damage was severe and difficult to treat with existing medical technology. Suspicion began to cloud the incident.
This crash wasn't an accident. Find the mastermind.
As Yan grappled with his new reality, he discovered an unexpected ability. He could now hear the thoughts of those around him. This newfound power unveiled the hidden emotions and resentments that had festered beneath the surface of his marriage. In the days that followed, Yan's interactions became increasingly complex. Lin Shueji, once dismissive and hostile, now found herself in a vulnerable position, her thoughts laid bare for Yan to hear. Shoot, I hope I didn't forget my eye drops. What if I can't cry? She mused, revealing her own insecurities. Yan's realization of his mind-reading ability shifted the dynamics of their relationship. No longer shielded by silence, the true extent of their fractured marriage was exposed. Lin Shueji expressed a glimmer of hope amidst her despair. Love will heal your legs, meet your soulmate in a year. Yan, skeptical and disillusioned, dismissed her words.
Are you kidding? My leg will heal. Who is she? Why is she talking nonsense? She's crazy. Or I'm crazy for hearing this.
Yet fate had other plans. Despite his initial reluctance, circumstances forced Lin Shuiji to stay by his side.
He-yan, let me stay over tonight. Since you're not mobile, I can take care of you.
He-yan resisted, his pride and resentment still raw.
Get out. How could you think that of me, dear? Makes me so sad.
But Lin Shuiji was determined.
You're right. I can't walk well now. I really need someone with me. Then stay and keep me company.
Really? What should I do? Will my virtue be at risk?
He-yan, caught between his anger and the undeniable connection forming in the wake of the accident, found himself reluctantly agreeing.
All right. Are you happy?
Lin Shuiji's persistence began to chip away at his defenses, setting the stage for an unexpected journey of healing, love, and the unraveling of secrets long buried beneath layers of resentment and misunderstanding. As the days turned into weeks, He-yan struggled to adapt to his new reality. The inability to move his legs confined him to a wheelchair, a stark contrast to his previous life of control and dominance. Yet, amidst his frustration and despair, Lin Shuiji remained a constant presence by his side, her unwavering support beginning to soften the edges of his hardened exterior. Lin Shuiji had taken it upon herself to care for him, attending to his every need with a quiet dedication that did not go unnoticed.
Hey, Yan, I'll stay with you as long as you need me.
She assured him one evening as they sat in the hospital room, the soft glow of the setting sun casting long shadows across the room. He-yan, still grappling with the shock of his accident and his newfound ability to hear minds, found himself listening to Lin Shuiji's unspoken thoughts more than ever. Love will heal your legs. Meet your soulmate in a year, her inner voice echoed in his mind, leaving him both intrigued and unsettled. Despite his initial resistance, He-yan couldn't deny the subtle shifts in his feelings. The once cold and distant CEO was beginning to feel a connection he had long suppressed. Yet, the source of his confusion lay in the uncanny ability he had acquired post-accident. He could now hear the thoughts of those around him, a gift that unveiled the deepest secrets and hidden emotions of everyone he interacted with. One morning, as He-yan sat by his bedside, Lin Shuiji prepared a simple breakfast.
I made ginger brown sugar tea. It helps with your stomach.
She said softly, placing a cup in front of him. He-yan took a sip, the warmth of the tea providing a small comfort amidst the turmoil inside him.
Thank you, Shuiji.
As he enjoyed the tea, his mind raced with the newfound ability. He could hear Lin Shuiji's thoughts clearly, her concerns about his well-being, and the fear of his injury. I hope I didn't forget my eye drops. What if I can't cry? Her inner monologue revealed vulnerabilities he had never seen before. Their interactions became a delicate dance of spoken words and unspoken thoughts. Lin Shuiji would offer support and care, while He-yan navigated the complexities of his own emotions, all the while grappling with the intrusive thoughts he could no longer ignore. One afternoon, as they sat together reviewing He-yan's medical reports, Lin Shuiji expressed a glimmer of hope.
There's a traditional doctor who might be able to help with your spinal nerve injury. He's well respected and has a high success rate.
He-yan looked up, skepticism evident in his eyes.
Another doctor? My condition is already severe. What makes you think this one can help?
Lin Shuiji met his gaze with determination.
He's treated many cases similar to yours. It's worth a try.
Reluctantly, He-yan agreed to consider the treatment. Little did he know, this decision would set off a chain of events that would intertwine their lives in ways neither could have anticipated. As weeks passed, He-yan underwent treatments with the traditional doctor, whose methods were a blend of ancient practices and modern medicine. The sessions were grueling, but slowly, He-yan began to notice slight improvements. The pain in his legs lessened, and he regained a fraction of his mobility. During one particularly intense session, the doctor leaned forward, his eyes filled with hope.
He-yan, your progress is remarkable. With continued treatment, there's a real chance you could regain full use of your legs.
He-yan felt a surge of optimism he hadn't experienced in months.
Thank you, doctor. I'll do whatever it takes.
Meanwhile, Lin Shuiji's own struggles were becoming more evident. Her thoughts, once filled with anger and resentment, now brimmed with concern and a desire to rebuild what had been broken. He Yan is starting to change. Maybe there's hope for us yet. Their relationship, once strained and adversarial, was slowly transforming. Shared moments of vulnerability and the silent understanding of their intertwined fates were paving the way for a deeper connection. However, the peace was short-lived. Unbeknownst to them, dark forces were at play within the He group. Assistant Zhang, a trusted aide, harbored secrets that threatened to destabilize everything He Yan had worked so hard to build. His thoughts were a tangled web of loyalty and ambition, and his actions would soon bring turmoil to their lives. One evening, as He Yan and Lin Shuiji enjoyed a quiet dinner in his office, Assistant Zhang approached with a nervous demeanor.
Mr. He, we need to discuss some urgent matters regarding the company's finances.
He Yan frowned, sensing the unease in his assistant's thoughts. Why is he so anxious today? Is something wrong? He pondered internally.
What is it, Zhang?
He Yan inquired, his voice steady despite the turmoil he felt inside. Assistant Zhang hesitated before speaking.
There have been discrepancies in the accounts. It seems someone has been embezzling funds from the company.
He Yan's heart raced as he processed the information. Embezzling? How is that possible? Who would do such a thing? His mind raced, piecing together the fragments of conversations and the hidden resentments that had been silently building within the company. Before he could respond, a loud crash echoed through the office, followed by the blaring of alarms. Panic ensued as employees scrambled to secure the building, and He Yan's mind raced to identify the source of the chaos. Amidst the confusion, Lin Shuiji noticed the tension in He Yan's demeanor.
What's happening?
She asked, her concern evident. He Yan glanced at her, determination replacing his initial fear.
We need to find out who's responsible for this.
As they navigated through the panicked crowd, He Yan's ability to hear minds became both a blessing and a curse. He could sense the fear and suspicion among his employees, each thought revealing fragments of betrayal and deceit. Finally, they reached the source of the disturbance, a locked office at the end of the corridor. He Yan approached the door, his mind racing to uncover the truth. Assistant Zhang must be hiding something. His thoughts are all over the place. With a deep breath, He Yan turned the handle and entered the office. Inside, Assistant Zhang stood amidst scattered papers and broken furniture, his mind a whirlwind of guilt and desperation. I can't let him find out the truth. If he discovers what I've done, it will all come crashing down. He Yan stared at his assistant, the realization dawning on him.
Zhang, I know what you've done.
Assistant Zhang, caught off guard, tried to mask his fear.
Mr. He,
But He Yan had already pieced together the puzzle. He has been siphoning funds to cover his gambling debts. His desperation led him to betray everything we've built.
Explain yourself.
He Yan demanded, his voice a mixture of disappointment and resolve. Assistant Zhang faltered, the weight of his actions finally catching up to him.
I didn't mean for it to get this far. Please, Mr. He, forgive me.
He Yan shook his head, the betrayal cutting deep.
There's nothing to forgive. You've jeopardized the entire company.
As security escorted Assistant Zhang out, He Yan turned to Lin Shuiji, his eyes reflecting a newfound respect and reliance.
Thank you for being here, Shuiji. I couldn't have handled this without you.
Lin Shuiji offered a reassuring smile, her thoughts now aligned with his own. We're in this together. We'll rebuild, stronger than before. In the aftermath of the revelation, He Yan and Lin Shuiji found themselves relying on each other more than ever. The shared experience of overcoming betrayal and the slow healing of He Yan's injuries forged a bond that neither had anticipated. As they worked together to restore the He group, their hearts began to open to the possibility of a future where love and trust could triumph over the shadows of the past. But the challenges were far from over. As He Yan focused on rebuilding the company, he couldn't shake the feeling that there were more secrets lurking in the shadows. His ability to hear minds, while a source of insight, also became a constant reminder of the fragile trust that held their world together. One evening, as He Yan and Lin Xueji reviewed the latest financial reports, he sensed a surge of panic emanating from one of his top executives, Mr. Li. "I can't keep up with the demands. If only I had more time, I could fix this before anyone notices." He Yan looked up, concern etched on his face.
Mr. Lee, is everything all right?
Mr. Li forced a smile, masking his anxiety.
Yes, Mr. He, just the usual pressures. We're on track with the new project.
But He Yan's mind couldn't ignore the undercurrents of fear. He's about to crack. I need to intervene before things get worse. Determined to maintain control, He Yan decided to take a more hands-on approach.
Let's set up a meeting tomorrow morning to go over the project details. I want to ensure we're on the right path.
Mr. Li nodded, grateful for the support.
Thank you, Mr. He. I appreciate it.
As the days progressed, He Yan became more attuned to the thoughts of those around him, uncovering not just professional anxieties, but personal struggles as well. He discovered that Lin Xueji had her own fears about their relationship and the future, thoughts she kept hidden beneath her composed exterior. Can we really move past our past? Is there still a chance for us? Determined to bridge the gap between them, He Yan decided to open up about his own struggles.
Xueji, I've been thinking a lot about us and our future. This accident has changed everything, and I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Lin Xueji, touched by his sincerity, reached out to hold his hand.
He Yan, I've always believed that love can overcome any obstacle. Let's work together to rebuild not just the company, but our relationship as well.
Their mutual understanding deepened, laying the groundwork for a partnership built on trust and shared goals. But just as things seemed to be falling into place, a new threat emerged from the shadows. Mr. Wang, a rival CEO with his own agenda. Mr. Wang had always envied He Yan's success and had been quietly undermining the He Group from within. If I can't bring him down, at least I can destroy his reputation and take over his empire. One afternoon, as He Yan and Lin Xueji were finalizing the plans for a major project, Mr. Wang made his move.
He Yan, a word, please.
Suspicious but composed, He Yan agreed to meet him in his office. As he entered, he felt a chill run down his spine. Mr. Wang stood by the window, his eyes gleaming with malice.
I've heard some disturbing rumors about the He Group's financial stability. Care to explain?
He Yan remained calm, sensing the deceit in Mr. Wang's thoughts. He's trying to sow doubt and panic. I need to stay focused.
Our financials are strong and we're on track with all our projects.
He Yan replied confidently.
If you have concerns, let's address them head on.
Mr. Wang smirked, his thoughts swirling with frustration. He's too confident. I need to hit him where it hurts. Before He Yan could respond, alarms blared throughout the office. Panic erupted as Mr. Wang's true intentions became clear. He had orchestrated a massive cyber attack to cripple the He Group's operations.
You think you can just walk away unscathed? This is just the beginning.
As systems crashed and chaos ensued, He Yan's mind raced to devise a counter-strategy. I need to protect the company and everyone in it. Quick, find the source of the attack and shut it down. With Lin Xueji's unwavering support, they rallied the remaining staff to combat the crisis. The air was thick with tension as they worked tirelessly to restore order, but the attack had already caused significant damage. In the aftermath, He Yan realized the extent of Mr. Wang's vendetta. He's not just a rival, he's a threat to everything we've built. Determined to safeguard the He Group, He Yan decided to take drastic measures.
We need to bring in external help. Contact our cybersecurity experts and let's strengthen our defenses.
Lin Xueji nodded, her thoughts aligned with his determination. Together, we can overcome this. We have to protect our future. As they navigated the challenges posed by Mr. Wang, He Yan and Lin Xueji found themselves relying on each other more than ever. The shared adversity forged a deeper bond, transforming their relationship from one of mere convenience to genuine affection. Amidst the turmoil, He Yan's ability to hear minds continued to reveal hidden truths and unspoken fears, guiding him through the complexities of leadership and love. He discovered that true strength lay not just in his position as CEO, but in the connections he nurtured and the trust he built with those around him. One evening, after a particularly grueling day, He Yan and Lin Shuiji found solace in each other's company.
We've come so far, haven't we?
He Yan mused, reflecting on the journey they had embarked upon together. Lin Shuiji smiled softly, her thoughts filled with warmth. Yes, and there's still so much more ahead of us. As the He Group began to recover from the cyber attack, new opportunities emerged, and the company started to flourish once more. The trials they faced had not only strengthened their professional bond, but had also paved the way for a blossoming romance that neither had anticipated. Yet the shadows of the past lingered, hinting at challenges yet to come. He Yan couldn't shake the feeling that their journey was far from over, and that the true test of their resilience and love was yet to unfold. The atmosphere in the He Group headquarters was electric, charged with anticipation and the lingering tension from recent events. He Yan sat in his office, the weight of his responsibilities pressing down on him, yet a newfound sense of clarity began to emerge. His mind-reading ability, once a source of confusion and frustration, had now become an invaluable tool in navigating the complexities of both his personal and professional life. Lin Shuiji entered the office, her presence a calming balm to his weary soul.
Hey Yan, how are you feeling today?
He Yan looked up, meeting her gaze with a mixture of gratitude and determination.
Better thanks to you. We've come a long way, haven't we?
Lin Shuiji nodded, her thoughts echoing his own. Yes, and there's still so much more ahead of us. She took a seat beside him, their hands intertwining in a silent promise of unity. As they reviewed the latest financial reports, Assistant Zhang approached once more, a sense of urgency in his demeanor.
Mr. He, there's something you need to see.
He Yan frowned, sensing the turmoil in Zhang's thoughts. Why is he so anxious again? He wondered internally.
What is it, Zhang?
Assistant Zhang hesitated, his eyes darting between He Yan and Lin Shuiji.
It's about the cyber attack. I found a trace of the malware that was used. It leads back to someone within our own network.
He Yan's heart raced as he processed the information. This can't be happening again. Who would do such a thing? His mind raced, piecing together fragments of conversations and hidden resentments that had been silently building within the company. Before he could respond, alarms blared once more, signaling another attempted breach. Panic erupted as employees scrambled to secure the building, but He Yan remained composed, his mind racing to devise a counter-strategy. We need to stay ahead of this. Protect the company and everyone in it. Turning to Lin Shuiji, he found her eyes filled with unwavering support.
We need to act quickly. Contact our cybersecurity team and isolate the affected systems.
As orders were given and teams mobilized, He Yan's ability to hear minds proved invaluable. He could anticipate the moves of the infiltrators, their fears, and their motives, allowing him to outmaneuver them at every turn. The battle to protect the He Group intensified, but with Lin Shuiji by his side, He Yan felt a renewed sense of purpose. Meanwhile, the shadow of Liu Wenxi loomed ever larger. His vendetta against He Yan and Lin Shuiji had not waned. If anything, it had grown more intense. Liu Wenxi had orchestrated a series of attacks aimed at dismantling the He Group from within, using every trick in the book to undermine their success. One evening, as He Yan and Lin Shuiji reviewed security protocols, a message arrived from an anonymous source.
If you don't stop interfering, you'll lose everything.
The threat was clear, and He Yan knew that Liu Wenxi was behind it. Determined to put an end to the turmoil, He Yan convened a meeting with his top executives.
We need to identify the root of these attacks and put an end to them once and for all,
He declared, his voice firm and resolute. Lin Shuiji offered her insights, drawing from her own experiences and the knowledge gleaned from He Yan's mind-reading ability.
We need to approach this strategically. Let's conduct a thorough investigation and bring all the perpetrators to light.
As the investigation unfolded, He Yan and Lin Xueji uncovered a web of deceit and betrayal that extended far beyond Assistant Zhang. Liu Wenxi had infiltrated various departments, exploiting weaknesses and turning loyal employees against each other. He's a master manipulator, He Yan thought, but we won't let him destroy everything we've built. One night, as He Yan worked late in his office, a shadowy figure appeared at the window. It was Liu Wenxi, his eyes filled with malice.
He Yan, you think you can outsmart me? I've already taken everything from you.
He Yan stood tall, meeting Liu Wenxi's gaze without flinching.
It's not too late, Liu. You can still make amends.
Liu Wenxi laughed bitterly, his thoughts a whirlwind of anger and resentment. Make amends? After everything I've done? No chance. He lunged at He Yan, their confrontation escalating into a physical struggle. The room became a battleground, the air thick with tension and unspoken emotions. Just as Liu Wenxi was about to gain the upper hand, Lin Xueji intervened, her presence a beacon of strength and compassion.
Stop, Liu. This isn't the way.
Liu Wenxi paused, his rage momentarily subsiding as he looked into Lin Xueji's eyes. Why does she still care? He wondered, the facade of hatred cracking just enough to reveal a flicker of vulnerability. He Yan, seizing the moment, spoke with conviction.
Liu, let go of this hatred. We've both lost so much. There's still time to turn things around.
For a brief moment, the animosity between them seemed to waver, the possibility of reconciliation hanging in the balance. But Liu Wenxi's thoughts remained clouded with bitterness. It's too late for me. I've done too much. With a final, desperate surge of anger, he lunged once more, but He Yan was prepared. Using his mind-reading ability to anticipate Liu Wenxi's moves, he deftly avoided the attack, disarming him in the process. Breathing heavily, Liu Wenxi fell to his knees, defeated.
You win, He Yan. I can't go on like this.
He Yan extended a hand, offering him a path to redemption.
It's not too late to change, Liu. Let us help you.
In that moment, the walls of resentment began to crumble, replaced by a tentative hope for healing and forgiveness. As the dust settled, He Yan and Lin Xueji stood united, their bond stronger than ever. The He group had not only survived the onslaught, but had emerged more resilient, their leadership fortified by trust and mutual respect. In the weeks that followed, the He group flourished, launching new projects and solidifying their position in the industry. He Yan's ability to hear minds, once a burden, had become a cornerstone of his leadership, fostering an environment of transparency and understanding. Lin Xueji, now fully integrated into the company's operations, took on a pivotal role, her insights and empathy driving the team towards greater heights. Their relationship, once strained and adversarial, had blossomed into a profound partnership, both personally and professionally. One sunny afternoon, as they walked through the newly renovated office space, He Yan turned to Lin Xueji, his eyes filled with gratitude.
I couldn't have done this without you.
Lin Xueji smiled, her thoughts reflecting his own sentiments. We've built something incredible together.
We've done this together, He Yan, and there's so much more to come.
As the sun set on another successful day, He Yan and Lin Xueji stood side by side, their hearts aligned in a harmonious blend of love and ambition. The challenges they had faced had only strengthened their resolve, proving that even amidst chaos and betrayal, true connection and trust could prevail. But their journey was far from over. Life, with its unpredictable twists and turns, promised new adventures and tests of their bond. Yet, with each obstacle they overcame, their love only deepened, cementing their place not just in the He group, but in each other's hearts. One evening, as they enjoyed a quiet dinner in He Yan's office, the phone rang. He Yan answered, expecting a routine call, but the voice on the other end sent a chill down his spine. "Mr. He, there's something you need to see." His heart pounded as he realized that the past was not done with them yet. Could there be more secrets lurking in the shadows? Determined to face whatever came their way, He Yan glanced at Lin Xueji, who nodded with unwavering support.
We'll handle it together,
He promised. As the screen faded to black, the promise of new beginnings and enduring love hung in the air, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unbreakable bonds forged in the fires of adversity. Months later, the He Group had not only recovered but had set new benchmarks in the industry. He Yan now celebrated not just as a successful CEO, but as a compassionate leader, had fully embraced his ability to hear minds, using it to foster an environment of empathy and collaboration. Lin Xueji, revered for her dedication and strategic acumen, had become an integral part of the company's success. Their relationship, once fraught with tension and misunderstanding, had evolved into a harmonious partnership built on trust, love, and mutual respect. The final scene unfolded on the rooftop of the He Group headquarters, where He Yan and Lin Xueji stood overlooking the city they had helped shape. The skyline glittered with promise, the horizon ablaze with the colors of sunset. As they embraced, the city below them thrummed with life, a symbol of their journey and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. The challenges they had overcome had only strengthened their bond, proving that love and resilience could indeed triumph over any obstacle. In the heart of the bustling metropolis, the He Group stood as a beacon of success and unity, its leaders embodying the very essence of perseverance and unwavering commitment. And as the stars began to twinkle in the evening sky, He Yan and Lin Xueji looked forward to a future filled with hope, love, and the promise of new beginnings. Their story, a testament to the power of love, trust, and the human spirit, had come full circle. From the brink of despair to the heights of triumph, He Yan and Lin Xueji had not only saved each other, but had also forged a legacy that would inspire generations to come. If you enjoyed this story, there's another video on screen right now. Go ahead and give it a look for an even more astonishing tale. And don't forget, we'll have many more uplifting and dramatic stories coming your way, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. That way, you'll never miss our newest uploads.